Greetings, I am Lies and I use she, her.
And I am Scandal and I use they, them.
And let's play a game together.
Yeah.
We're back again
Here
and...
we go. And then she walks over to her closet and tugs on her robe.
This has been a very long 2 days.
Corazon, coffee helps.
Yay, coffee helps.
I can't help but agree. We haven't had a chance to rest since the trial. Nadia drops down to stretch out on her bed and then holds a hand up to me, which I actually think is really funny, because if that was true and we really haven't gotten any sleep at all, you would think that either Nadia or ourselves, most likely ourselves, since they usually like to make the love interest as contained as possible and incapable of having problems unless it's specifically to be like, no, let me help you, honey.
Yeah.
But,
Would be what?
yeah.
All right, anyway, hold a hand up to me.
Hand.
I'm trying to remember going, okay, was the trial yesterday or was it today?
Yeah, I can't keep track
And
of
if it
time
was-
in this game.
And I say, oh, wait, the trial was yesterday and the murder was today, but we stayed up all night doing things, finding Lucio, right? And so we haven't slept for a day.
Which I think is really funny because it didn't seem to give us any sense of, like, time passing at all. Like I said, I can't keep track of time in this game.
We went to the forest in the evening and then we got back in the morning and then we went to the Coliseum, I think. So we have really been awake for a day and a half.
I guess. Nadia drops down to stretch out on her bed and then holds up a hand to me. Cuddle with Nadia or I'm too worried?
Why can't it say sleep? Can it not say sleep?
That's what we were
That's like the one time when Julian and Nerd were freaking exhausted and disgusting, and they're like, you need to rest, go take a bath. And not only do we not sleep in the bath, but we also don't get clean. It's terrible. It's really terrible. You get neither of the good things that refresh you. You just sit gross in the water for a little while, and then get out of it and put on the same
This
clothes.
is cleaning yourself! Blep.
Sit.
The water will clean me by virtue of being around me.
I get in to waist deep, and I'm suddenly clean.
So, I had a feeling this was coming up. Like, it makes sense in the sense, like, if you're going to assume that it really would be, that's the option to go to sleep.
Yes.
But, like...
If it's sleep, Corazon would sleep.
Yeah, but, like, if it's just cuddle with Nadia...
And it's not sleep?
I don't know. The problem is that what I'm afraid of is that cuddle with Nadia is just you're going to stay here and you're going to pet each other.
And talk to each other.
And pet each other, and it's like, Corazon going, no, I'm going to bed now, bye.
Yeah, I'm too worried to cuddle, I'd rather sleep.
Right?
So wait, which one is it?
Yeah, that's why I'm like, too worried to do what? So, we're probably gonna have to pause this. We'll be right back. It'll be seconds for you. But hang on.
Okay, that was a long deliberation process that you didn't have to sit through.
Hey! So, we've come back and we have decided. So, this is one of those cases, really, neither of these options work at all for the character that we have created. My personal assumption is based off of the way that they've done the MC so far for the game itself. So the character that they've created goes fine with cuddle with Nadia. There is that thing of going, I want to escape with you, want to run away with you, so let me just cuddle with you. That sounds reasonable. But in this case, like, I'm too worried, or cuddle with Nadia doesn't work for Corazon, so we're just going to pick I'm too worried and see what happens.
Also, because Corazon would be very much more in a space of going, I don't think there's time for that.
Well, also because, like, you're just going to not clean yourselves and you're just going to go to bed. If you haven't been to bed.
Weirdly.
Or cleaned yourself.
Nadia took off everything that she thought was gross, but now she's inviting you in your full gross stuff, which you actually got thrown on the ground more than she did.
Yes.
To just climb into her bed with her.
Yeah.
Seems weird that you wouldn't take any of your clothes off or change or be invited into a robe or anything. So, worried it is.
I don't believe we have time for this.
Do
not have time. I struggle to finish my sentence, but the words won't come. I can't will my feet to move. I'm so exhausted, but my brain is running a mile a minute. I can't even think about relaxing right now.
Corazon, no, because I need to clean first.
Yeah, the Corazon has wandered off going, I don't have to... Not right now. Goes to go clean self.
Yes.
Nadia sits up. Concern etched on her features.
Wait, you don't want to get in bed until you are clean?
MC.
Oh no, I mean, Corazon, why are you walking away? Because I am disgusting.
Because I'm gross.
Ew.
It's been bothering me since yesterday, hanging around in the back of my mind. How can I have a future if I don't know who I am?
How does would you like to climb into bed and sleep have to do with the future?
Also, again, as we've pointed out with this game is really poor about telling you, even though you're doing a first-person perspective story, of what your character's feelings are.
What's your character
because
really...
the reason why you do first-person is to connect better and more intimately with one character. This has to be a character or nothing at all. Like, I wouldn't have done this. I would have done third-person perspective and not done first-person, because first-person requires a lot of intimacy and a lot of knowledge.
And if you're going to be... Well, basically, if you get to play a variety of characters, whatever gender and whatever name, and, you know, play what you would like, then being in their head, you would have to know what their motivations are.
Uh-huh.
And again, going, the two of you are exhausted, you should go get some sleep, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then going, we'll go to get some sleep. And going, here, come into my bed with me. And you go, I'm too worried. What if I don't have a future? Where does that come from? What springs up? Bedtime means I worry existentially about my future.
Except for the fact that what this is focused on is going, I'm an amnesiac, I don't have memories. But real amnesiacs don't care. They
Not
really...
any that I've ever met. They
Yes.
care in respect
to everybody else
to
cares.
you going, you say you know me and I don't know you, and this is stressful because I keep being around you.
And you know what's funny? Not a single goddamn character in this entire thing, other than basically Asra, has brought up our basically previous life, as far as I can tell.
Nope.
And that's not how that, yeah, I'm like, how can I have a future if I don't even know who I am? Everyone else around me is getting their memories back, but I still have nothing.
Everyone else? Who else is getting their memories back?
I don't know.
Nadia is.
Nadia is vaguely,
Sometimes.
maybe. But Nadia is also very unclear about it as well. That's why I was like, is this a memory return? Where would you process?
Who's everyone else?
everyone?
Who's everyone?
I don't understand this. I don't feel you.
Okay.
I still really don't remember who I am. My past? Any of it. Why do you care?
Again, why is this coming up right now, too? Why is it important to think about your past and who you are?
Again, because we've had no
bedtime?
building tension. We've had no connection to this character basically having an internal process that we should be privy to.
Oh, hang on. The only thing I've got is, okay, so we're not connected to it at all. And it's not been in the story at all that I can perceive. But the only thing I can guess, based on romantic tropes, is I see you laying in the bed and I think, God, I would like to have a life with you. This is amazing. We can just do this forever. And then going, shit, I can't have a life of any kind because I don't know who I am. Like, we have no connection to it, but maybe it's that?
Right.
That's the only thing. And I only can get that because of lots of basically romantic tropes of going, you there, I see a future with you. And going, fuck, I can't have that. And then you just go off into a corner. And she's really, really relatively like, calm about this is a wild segue. I support you.
Are you alright?
I'm sorry, MC. I know how difficult it can be to forget your past. I, too, have forgotten mine. And I am sorrier still that I have not helped you. Have you tried? Has there been any attempt to do so?
As far as that's what I'm saying. We've literally had no connection. Our main character has actually, I think, not even really brought it up. Like, they maybe brought it up a couple of times, but there's been no effort to go, it'll be really important, we'll work together to solve not only my memories, but yours as well. But again, I'm like, you're not a true amnesiac. If you're going, oh God, I can't, I'm like, stop it. It's just tiring.
Also going, what do you mean I can't have a future if I don't have a past? Why?
Why?
It's like my mom, who actually has a lot of memory loss problems, always says, going, you're too busy trying to live right now to try and worry about getting your memories back.
Yeah.
Like, unless it's an immediate thing that is necessary to your life, like, I have to be able to remember how to fill out paperwork, because otherwise I cannot move forward in my life because this paperwork is required.
I need to remember these 35 passwords or this is my ass.
Yes, or I need to remember where I saved them before I forgot.
Yes,
that kind of thing. Other than that, it's the sort of thing of her going, I need to remember how to use a can opener because I'm alone in the house and I need to open this can. Not, who am I? Like I said, too busy trying to live right now. Maybe they're trying to focus from an extremely privileged position where you assume that every single one of your mortal needs is met, except basically the highest one of who am I? And so you're not feeling any insecurity, discomfort, worry, or of any kind. You feel absolutely comfortable in like your wealth and health and, stability privileges in all ways. And so then you can focus on it because you have to do not a single action for yourself, not even button your own shirt.
I guess.
But that sounds wild because, again, we don't have servants serving us specifically.
Nope, we do not.
I'm glad we do know how to button shirts. Astra's amazing. I have not helped you. You have spent so much time by my side, working tirelessly to make my life easier. The least I could do is help you in return She says across the room to you, taking your clothes off.
Alright, Corazon, what are we talking about?
I'm sorry, I have been distracted. You've been distracted from everything, dear. You keep losing your focus constantly.
And you keep also not wanting to engage. Like, I think it's different. It's also just I keep losing focus. It's I don't want to. So I get overwhelmed rather easily because I don't care. And I don't want to care, and I don't like this.
More and more consistently, like she doesn't want to do this, she just feels like she's supposed to and needs to.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, getting that. Starting tomorrow, after the ball, I shall make it my mission to help you get your memories back as well.
But we don't...
How do you have any idea that that's possible? Necessarily. I promise. What if it's not possible? Then what are you going to do about your promise?
With Nadia's help, I might actually stand a chance. Hope blossoms in my chest, small but there.
What kind of hope can Nadia contribute to, or help? Like, I will help you. How?
Also, you don't know how your memories have been lost. Why not talk to Asra?
It's
like, this is just so goofy.
It is.
It's fine.
For now, Corazon, you need to sleep. Corazon walking back with a robe on,
I
generally
have wiped myself down with a cloth because, ew.
Changed my head wrap and things like that.
I have anointed myself with my oils so that I will be clean.
You
my
need to
hip
sleep.
hurts.
Corazon, yes.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Yes, or something. She holds her hand out to me once more. I take it without hesitation and curl up with her in bed.
So you get to cuddle anyway.
We drift off together in each other's arms.
I'm like, that is fine. I can hold you. You can hold me. We'll sleep.
That's fine.
It's fine.
Whatever.
Sigh. Sigh.
My body is floating, weightless. Above me, the sky swirls and darkens. Storm clouds gather overhead, crackling with restless energy. My eyes slip closed again, my body drifting in a sea of stars.
Damn, am I tired.
I am so tired.
Even in the astral plane, I tired.
Yeah, peak very tired. Excuse me, my voice is going a little bit.
Oh, look, we're back here.
Oh, hello! When I open my eyes again, I'm back in the High Priestess's realm. How did I get here? The last thing I remember was falling asleep in Nadia's arms.
Or with Nadia in my arms. Why is it always they hold you? Who gonna hold the love interest, okay?
Well, honestly, okay, so that was the one thing that I kind of proposed to my friend when we were talking late one night. I was like, they really do seem to have some sort of almost like gender expectation for the kind of person that basically would be romancing these various characters. Like, and those are the only ones that really work really well, at least according to the writers.
Well, they definitely have. I don't know about gender as much, but I was gonna say, but very much like they have a behavioral expectation that's really, really strong. They hold you, not you hold them, because the best I can say is basically the romantic trope fulfillment of being wanted means not that you hold them and they lean into it and wish to be held by you, but that they hold you. And as far as I understand, that is sort of the validation that we, specifically myself as women and girls, are taught to want. Someone wants you, so they hold you.
Well, like I said, that comes across as very gendered to me. Like, especially the fact of, like, again, we've talked about, like, the height problem that they really have in, like, Julian's route, just assuming that you are short as hell and that you have to be. And even kind of, like, with Nadia, they seem to struggle back and forth with going, you're shorter than her, but also, like...
Or about the same height.
About the same height, yeah, right. Or maybe, you like, there's one instance, I think, where you look down at her, like when you're standing, which is really weird. I was like, you've been talking this whole time where it's like you're either looking dead on at her or you're shorter than her.
Or she looks down at you, or she tips her chin up, your chin up to her. So like you're shorter.
Yeah, like...
Corazon, are you here? This is a dream?
Is this a dream?
Sorry, is this a dream? Sorry.
Hello, dyslexia.
Yes.
Hello, dyslexia, my old friend. Nadia approaches from behind, letting out a sigh of relief when she spots me. It fades as she takes in our surroundings, her expression growing grim.
I am no longer relieved. Even though I desperately wanted to be here and it was a big point of the plot for you to help me get here, the relief is gone. Gone.
I had a High Priestess. Ouch.
Ouch.
Ouch. Ouch.
Or perhaps this is a portent of things to come. That you'll return to the High Priestess?
Right. I follow her gaze. We're standing at the bottom of the stone stairs, but some of the rock has crumbled away. Collapsed columns litter the ground around us, huge chunks of marble jutting out of the dirt. and in the distance, a storm brewing on the horizon.
Someone blew up the High Priestess's temple.
High Priestess, why you do that to me, bitch? I look magnificent, marvelous.
I like a manamana.
The other Arcana pop up.
High Priestess. Manamana? I can see it. With the little, basically like popsicle puppets. Alright. How did we get here?
I shake my head. Except that I possibly would know. This is fine. Reaching out for Nadia. Or going, it doesn't matter, Nadia, we're just here, it's fine.
Yes,
Our
I'm not
hands
explaining.
touch, but the feeling is distant, like a memory, that I clearly don't have, and this is a thing that's supposed to cause me a lot of angst, right?
It's fine.
Oh no, Nadia! What have I done? I don't know. Asra? He said sometimes magicians can go to other realms in their sleep, or they can be invited. Thank you for shaking your head and then going, here, let me explain anyway.
Well, I don't know, but I can posit this, as opposed to Julian. I learned some things. It could be this and maybe that. Us. I don't know, but I've heard.
Right? Well, also, again, I'm like, thank you for finally mentioning Asra again. I've been so irritated. Going like,
the last time
you
we
guys!
mentioned Astra was like, he taught us how to horse ride. I overheard this thing once.
Oh, one time at band camp. You know, you're like, God damn it.
One time when he was talking to someone in front of me, I heard him say this thing, and I have known it ever since.
I wonder if part of the problem why they're afraid to mention Asra more is, again, that thing of going, but you'll be more interested in that other character. We need to keep you focused, because apparently your horny actually doesn't keep you interested in the character you're dating. It would go, no, you're supposed to be with Asra.
I would say, or it could be we're afraid Nadia's not interesting enough. So we don't want you to be exposed to any of the other characters.
Well, that would be terrible. But, like, that was kind of there for, it seemed like, Julian, too.
It was.
Like, you're really, like, we have to keep you away from other people because we feel like on their own they're not interesting enough. That is actually a good point. But then I'm like, so who's the one who's supposed to be peaked the most interesting? Was it Asra? Like, because Asra, okay, so I have kind of noticed this in regards to some stories, especially ones where they're like, here's your dating options, right? And you go, the one character that really is like the one that they're like, this is the one that's literally tied to all the rest of them. You go, of course you'd want to date that one because that one has the most plot going on.
The most story.
The most story.
The
most intrigue. And I'm like, apparently horny is not enough to motivate people.
Or just interested in the character.
Right?
Like, I would like to know more about you. Like,
right? I actually like them. They're my type. Excuse you?
Like when we were in My Mystic Dragons, you can check out that playlist if you want to.
Yeah.
I say, and we were positing what their various lives might be like, and what their various kingdoms might be like. You know, the Water Kingdom, the Fire Kingdom, the Air Kingdom, that kind of thing. Going Thunder Dragons.
Right.
That kind of nonsense. But also just going, if you're interested in this character, then why would you have to hide anything else? Mm-hmm. And it doesn't have to be horny. Like, I've been confused that so much of the motivation seems to be I horned, but that's probably me and my own experience of the world. Well, more because being, personally, myself, a demisexual, I find the person more interesting as a person first, and then that becomes sexy. And I've never had an experience of God that's just sexy and I want it in my life. Right. Like, I conceptualize what it's like. Because I meet people sometimes and I go, oh my god, I want to friend you so freaking bad, I will chase you down. Right. That's happened like 3 times in my life. I say, but it's just, it's one of those things of going, I assume that what should carry you along in any character's route is the fact that they're interesting and fun and you're romantically driven towards them, not just, I want. Well, and that's also interesting, and I've kind of wondered if that's why also, like, the romantic beats are so prevalent, like, the tropes are so strongly there, because they don't really have a lot of character? Which is a big assumption to make, I know. But it's like, it is interesting to go, like, why, like, because we've asked a lot of times going, like, why the hell would you do some of these behaviors? Like with Julian, we were like, why the crap would you just make out with him when you're like, the door is being opened? Right. Why would you ever... What is going on? Like, we were so baffled in that, and it was like the only thing you had was basically horny, you know, basically romantic tropes. Not really like, here's your character kind of thing. It didn't really, it felt too tropey for me. So, and I just feel like we're kind of struggling with that with Nadia, with going, yes, and then we'll just suddenly have this deep conversation when we're both apparently so exhausted that everybody else around us is like, you're falling asleep on your feet, go to sleep. Yeah. You know? I don't know. Invited. How strange. Perhaps the High Priestess called for us? We travel up the steps to the temple itself, but when we arrive, the structure is empty. We should go. Where is the High Priestess?
I'm going to assume that actually, based on at least Corazon and everything, where's the High Priestess? Because this is her anyway. Mm-hmm. So it'd be like,
if her realm still exists, she still exists.
Yes. And also, again, that thing of going, like, I feel like, still with Corazon, having this thing of going, if Astor has taught you various things, which I assume he has, okay? I'm actually mad how much they don't really want him to be involved in the other stuff. I'm like, he's taught you a lot of stuff being the magician's apprentice. Mm-hmm. But, like, so you'd be like, where's the High Priestess? Because I don't get the, we should just leave. If I can't find things in 5 seconds, I should just give up.
Or basically going, this concerns me, but I don't feel a sense of foreboding.
Yeah, no, not do I.
Okay, so if they had set up a sense of foreboding, not just things are crumbled, and broken, but basically this is unnerving, this is uncomfortable, or, really setting an atmosphere of this feels very wrong, then you could go, where's the High Priestess in concern, or we should go.
Right.
And both of them would they'd be tonally effective.
Yes.
But yeah.
So, where's the High Priestess? I look around the temple in front of me, but can't see any sign of her. Especially because, so what I like in this case is going, your character also gets to make a decision, where's the High Priestess? This is about me, versus we should both leave.
Yes.
Which is interesting, actually.
Where's the High Priestess? Yeah, is a question that I have, and the other one I'll direct us both.
Yes.
Yeah.
But can't see any sign of her.
I do not know. But if she is missing, we should find her. Stay on your guard. If we're here, it must be for some reason, says the expert in magic to the magician they hired. It's okay, I don't know either.
Corazon, WTF?
I shall not let anything touch you, Corazon.
Corazon, I am here to let things touch me, so that they...
So you
can get your shit done.
Yes,
I'm supposed to... Stop that!
I am here to be a shield so you can work.
Oh my god. I'm here to be your sword. I'm here to sit down. There is no sign of her in the temple itself, or the surrounding island.
Oh, we did a lot of searching.
And then I spot a figure standing at the edge of the cliff.
There's a cliff?
There's a cliff? What? Okay, we approach slowly. Her back is to us as she stares out over the starry sea. Nadia takes a few cautious steps forward.
High Priestess, did you call us here? And the music has changed.
Finally, because I was expecting that music when we got there. The High Priestess chuckles softly, but does not turn around just yet.
I did this one, didn't I?
You did.
I still have a hard time finding the voice I was after. I did. I've heard some disappointing things, Nadia. Have you been causing trouble?
Nadia exchanges a puzzled glance with me.
High Priestess, if there's something wrong, maybe we can help. The little in the sound.
The High Priestess snorts, her head jerking unnaturally. Finally, she turns to face us, a wicked smile on her face.
Can a beak smile?
No.
No, it cannot. Help you. Nadia Sadranava will help me.
Help? You, Nadia Satranava, will help me?
Thank you, me. Oh, look at those eyes.
Oh, that's a good face.
That's a great face. How amusing.
Nadia takes a startled step back, and I move in front of her, alarm bells going off in my head. This isn't the High Priestess. Their dark gaze turns to me. They lean forward, closer still, eyes blood-red and fathomless.
Containing no fathoms. Oh.
The High Priestess?
The High Priestess?
Yeah! I love when they introduce that element.
It's so good. What a troublesome little creature you are. Tell me, Corazon, would you like to know a secret?
I know whatever this creature might tell me could be a lie, but they might slip up and give us some information, too.
Which one of us is lying, and which one of us is telling the truth? That is an interesting... tell me or you'll just lie. The thing is that's a weird choice anyways, because if I know you'll just lie and you tell me, then it's fine. But also, you'll just lie? What does that do?
So I've always found it really funny in stories where, like, you run into this sort of moment and you're like, this is clearly a bad character that has taken over the appearance of somebody else or taken over their body, as it were.
Right,
and you just kind of go, yeah, you're just gonna lie. And you try and they tell you stuff and you're like, who the hell would tell you that anyway.
Yeah. That also going, you're just gonna lie. And then they tell you anyway. You just told me anyway.
Why did you just tell me? They're like, no, you can't have a character just go, yeah, I'm not listening to you, bye. Because they're like, but then the story!
Then
We can't continue the story!
if we don't question whether it was a lie or the truth, then what will happen after this?
Right? Oh, God. I actually don't know
fine.
how to answer this one.
I feel like for Corazon, it would just be tell me. Like, get it over with. Let's get through this experience. You know?
I mean, that's fair. Or Corazon going, go ahead, tell me. Pretend you're going to actually tell me the truth.
Exactly. I'm ready to hear whatever the BS is. But
sure.
also, it sounds like in your own mind, you're going, they'll most likely just lie. But even if they're lying, which we assume they're going to do, there could be something useful in it.
Oh,
so tell me, either way, works well.
All right, tell me sounds fair. Good case, mate. Tell me.
Corazon, you know as well as I do that this thing is not the High Priestess. Whatever it has to offer, it can be nothing good.
Yes, I know that. The not priestess laughs and reaches out to touch my shoulder. It feels like something oily and viscous is reaching into my very soul. When did I let you touch me? When was I within range of you?
Well, they get closer, and apparently I don't move, because dreamlike qualities.
Right.
Right,
which is a thing. It happened.
Do not touch them. Imposter!
The priestess smiles and steps back, hand lowering. Nadia, you shout! It was super effective!
Yay!
What?
Imposter. Perhaps. But I am not the only imposter here. A failed experiment and a failed ruler. How touching you two should come together like this.
The priestess circles us, hands behind her back, like we're livestock to be examined.
Joined together by missing memories. But what is it you've forgotten, I wonder? A young magician becomes a doctor's apprentice? Intrepid, curious. Surely they think they shall cure this plague.
So is that just our whole, canon? So we were really, truly a magician's apprentice, and we really did work with Julian.
Except for...
That was literally what that was.
Young... Did it say a young magician?
Young apprentice decides to become a doctor. Because the thing is they only use magician's apprentice, as that is, and they said decides to become a doctor's
So, and that's what I was going.
assistant.
Was it young apprentice to a doctor? Or we were a magician anyway?
I think we were a magician anyway.
All right.
Like I said, I think you're as far as I can tell, so at least in 2 stories so far, it seems to be you were canonically...
Magical.
You were canonically magical, and then you decided to go work with Julian.
Okay.
Okay.
So the only 2 people that you knew in your past life.
Yeah.
Also, though, I'm going... but the plague takes them as it takes all mortals. Okay, I'm going to read this in just a second, okay? But I'm like, researching the plague means you catch the plague. But if you were just in the city not researching it, you wouldn't catch it.
What? It was taking out thousands
It kills you because you went to go and try and cure it. No?
No?
On the other hand, this is a lie and it's supposed to be sensational, but I'm just like, that logic is dumb. But the plague takes them as it takes all mortals, and a foolish, foolish child of a countess sits by while they die. The countess has a child? Nadia has a child.
What?
Is there another countess somewhere?
What?
Hang on. Since when does Nadia doesn't remember her kid?
Oh, no.
No.
A foolish, foolish child of a countess. The countess is a child.
Thank you. Oh my God, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
I mean, you could read it both ways.
Oh
I see your point, but I'm like, and a foolish, foolish child of a countess. I would have just called her an immature countess who very much like a child sits by.
Yes.
Or go, and a foolish, foolish countess who, like a child, sits idly by while they die.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
On the other hand, going, what's the countess supposed to do? I appreciate this is supposed to be sensational.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm like, so it has been a habit of mine when people are trying to do this sort of thing to me, because it's happened a lot in my life, to look at their actual logic and go, this doesn't make sense.
Yes.
And, yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway.
You have no power over me.
What are you saying? I'm saying you pose no threat, little Saturnavia. I was so confused for a second. Little child of a countess. What? Sorry.
Saturnava, not Navia.
Sorry, Saturnava. I can't do it. I'm going to add more A's forever. It's going to happen.
You really will.
Corazon died because of your failed leadership.
Fair. I stumbled backwards as the words finally hit me. My mind reeling. No, actually, I don't really move because that seems perfectly logical. Actually, and also, again, Nadia was out like a light, so, hey?
You have terrible leadership skills when you're in a coma.
Corazon. Yes.
Sure, you bet.
Makes sense. This is not gonna work out. Died.
Huh.
I died? Corazon. Okay, that's different, but...
So?
Okay.
So what?
So what? Corazon, I do not care about my fucking memories.
I feel
you seem to think I care, and I really goddamn don't.
I feel like if the game was set up as play a romantic mystical mystery, be an apprentice who has lost their memories and is in a determined search to find them while helping another, then you would know who you were supposed to play. And then you would know that has to be a piece of your character, no matter who you want to play.
Yeah.
That has to be part of it.
Like, that is just the story.
And one of the things I've talked about a lot in reference to us playing through games is much of what we expect from and look for in the game is what the creators write in their own blurb about here's what the game is about.
Yes.
Now, if there's nothing written about what the game is about, then we just try and go in as blind and open-minded as possible. In the same way that, like, if they're very, if they don't give you anything specific about the game, other than there are themes in it, and it's something you can play, then we don't go by that. But when they set it up and go, one, it's a mystery, and two, you can customize your character to be whatever you want, and then go through a romance, we sort of develop we sort of have developed expectations of you can be different things.
Yes.
But what I have, after 2 routes, what I've come to is you need to be naive, you need to be overwhelmed easily, you need to be surprised by new things continually, you need to be very invested in being romantic with each one of the characters.
Yes.
Because it's going to go in a certain way and very specifically, because the options don't lead you to stronger romance, softer romance. They're just one specific romantic end as far as I can tell.
Right.
I say, and you also need to be very interested in finding your memories. Period. And have it a point of, I define myself by my memories. And those are things that I don't all connect to, but it's neat now to have a better idea of what things have to be involved in the character, and then when playing Astra's route, I can make sure they're all there and try and have a more cohesive experience with the game. At any rate.
Anyway, we're actually out of time, so we died, but we're gonna have to deal with that.
Did we?
Did we? Gaspers.
In the next one.
And then we're also apparently going to need to blame it on Nadia, which is hilarious. This again, I'm like, do you think your character's just not been paying attention this whole time?
It's fine.
That's again where I'm just like, what kills me is I'm like, you're writing the story that is written makes you as the character, or just the character that they've written, really kind of incapable of keeping track of goddamn anything. Just, it's like, it's really bad.
And you're very influenceable.
You really are. You're very manipulatable.
Also, despite the fact that they seem to portray that you had a very good relationship with Astra, because again, you've learned everything he's ever taught you, period.
Yep, no questions asked.
You seem to have no connection to him at all, as you would ever seek help from him, you would ever, talk to him, you would ever try and spend time around him, anything. Unless I assume you're in his route.
Yeah.
If we ask him for advice when we're in his route, I'm going to be so grumpy.
Oh my god. Alright, well, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and also share our videos. It actually helps us out a lot in regards to the YouTube algorithm. And also, if you'd like to support us more directly, please feel free to check out our Ko-Fi and our Patreon and our Twitch. We have some links in the description down below. And I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies.
And it was great playing with you. Bye!